Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katelyn from Florals.com, and today I have another pocket page process video for you featuring my March How to Kill a Kit with Style kit. Really it's January through March, but I really dove into it in March, so I'm calling it March. But I hope you guys are excited to see some pocket pages because that's what we're focused on. And today I'm scrapbooking two photos from the cruise trip. The first pizza of the trip and the first sunset of the trip as we sailed out from Florida on this cruise. So I wanted to use this bright pink color because there's a lot of pink on the opposing page in this little album. And if you haven't seen it, I've posted some other projects for this album. I'll have those linked down below if you're interested and haven't caught those yet. But I needed to cover up this font that was already on this pocket page card. And I believe these pocket page cards I picked up randomly one year and they've been sitting in my stash a long time. So I'm glad to use another one and get it in the album. I wanted to pair some of the Heidi Swapp Sun Chaser collection because that's something that's been featured throughout my album and in this kit. And I wanted to include that, but here's where I started getting into trouble. I wanted a large graphic title on the left hand side, so I figured I would try to stamp it. I searched a while for the correct stamps, and then I realized the ones I was looking for were not going to fit on this little pocket page card. We've only got 4-inch tall to work with. These are the first ones I pick out from American Crafts. And I'm not super happy with the placement of how these work because they're really block letters and they're pretty wide. So here I thought my title was going to be Good Foods, Good Views, which is kind of a slant rhyme. But if you want to hear all of my thoughts on how that went, you can check out my real-time process video of this project over on Patreon in my top tier, where you get every thought I have while I am making a layout. I then try these block letter stickers. And I realized I don't want block text. I think it's not enough for this page. It's too much. It's overwhelming the blocks of the pocket page cards. You know, we already have a cube format going with these 3 boxes, the card itself and the 2 photos. So I looked through a lot of alphabets, and I mean a lot, because I was really set on this title. The more I thought about it, the more it grew less fond of. So I end up pivoting away from titling it that and looking back to my kit, which was really helpful, to figure out what I could do with what I had. Again, trying to focus on the kit, but allowing myself to use whatever I have that goes well, including these Heidi Swapp stickers, which we'll come back to, and that's the Color Crush collection. So close, but not the exact collection I planned on working with. So as I go through my kit, I'm like, well, let me decorate everything else and see where there'll be room for a title. And the opposing side there on the left is us getting onto the ship. So people photos, and then we'll have object photos on the right hand side. So it's a really nice balance. It's not too overwhelming. So I'm looking at some of these phrases available here in the Heidi Swapp book. I look at the phrases here available in the Vicky Booten sticker set that I also have in this kit. And I'll try to have everything linked down below in the description box if there's something you're looking at adding to your collection and to use on some of your pages. Definitely check out those links. It helps me out a lot. I wanted to create a cluster up here, and I knew if I started small, eventually the big pocket page card would help me out. So I add a little bit of orange grid washi tape and then add a phrase sticker there on the top left, a pop of yellow. Again, there's a lot of that texture and color on the left hand side already, so I'm not worried about using too much color on the right hand side. Also on the left hand side, there are small strips of this paper. Now luckily I put it right back where I found it, which is the Heidi Swapp Sun Chaser 6x8 paper pad. So I grabbed that little scrap that was left and grabbed some for this pocket page card down here. Now, like I mentioned, I wanted to incorporate a lot of pink on here because while it is on the left-hand page, it's not as prominent as some of the other colors I included. So I grabbed that sticker from this planner sticker book from Dear Lizzie, 5-star pizza, so it worked out really well. Even though this is supposed to be a checklist style banner, it works really well for a food rating, for example. And if it was less than 5 stars, we could have trimmed off some of the stars. So keep that in mind as you're going through your items in your stash. That what can you repurpose? Just because it is advertised as one thing does not mean you can't use it as another. And you'll see me flipping through a lot of different stickers. I was convinced I had something that would work for this title I had dreamed of, that something would fit magically, which sometimes is the case. Sometimes you'll go through your stash and just magically find something that works so well. But in this case, I did not find that magical answer. I do find something that will work, which includes a title coming up soon. I'm getting to the back of the stickers, which I'll find a title option there. But I wanted to add a couple more pieces. Again, just combing through, knowing what you have in your kit especially, maybe not your whole stash because that's overwhelming, but knowing what's in your kit at the very least helps you remember to to pull in different things. Like if you don't normally use phrase stickers, but you include them in your kit, you're more likely to use them. Here's where I found this jelly bean soup sticker set that has been in my stash for some time. It's almost empty. I'm really just got some phrase stickers, letter stickers, and 1 or 2 of the icon stickers left. So I pull in that teal alphabet and just write the word yum with the exclamation point because I still had a couple of those left. And here's where I'm also convinced I could bring in more stamping because I did pull out a stamp set earlier you might have seen. Has a little pizza in it. He's currently waiting on the card to be stamped there, and that one's from Ellie's Studio, but I'm looking for something else just to add a couple more pieces and imagery of stamping. Luckily, I find this Technique Tuesday one that I pulled out on the right-hand side, which has never been opened, because there is stamping on the left-hand side of the layout. I want to keep that motif going for the right-hand side. So while I was convinced I had a food-related stamp set, I did not find it, so I don't know where it is or if it does exist. I did find a baking-related one, which could have been the bridge of the gap of my mind that thought I did have one. But I ended up pulling out this one from Technique Tuesday, and it is so stinking adorable. They're little planner stamp icons, again, something that was advertised for planners that I'm using on a scrapbook page. And I pulled out this little camera guy that works really well, and again, it'll help bring in that contrast. There's a lot of darkness in both of the top photos that I need to bring to the bottom pocket page because I want it to feel cohesive. So I had a couple puffy stickers, a couple little stickers. I have these stars here from this Heidi Swapp sticker book. Again, this is Color Crush, not the one I had originally intended to use on this page, but it worked out really well to have that bright pink color and a couple other bright colors that worked really well. But I wanted to bring in some contrast. Stamping's a great way to do that because I prefer stamping in black ink over colored inks. It makes me feel a little bit better. I feel like I know what I'm doing with my black ink comparatively to colored inks, since they can react so differently to different colors that you're stamping on top of. So we end up putting everything together. I have my little journaling block there, which works well because there's no journaling spot on the left-hand side page of this album so far. And then I start stamping my little pizza and my little camera using that StazOn ink that I know and love. And this miniature one is so great. The large one can kind of get a little awkward to have space for, but I really like the square one. And again, I'll have products linked down below if you're interested in something you've seen today, so you can add it to your collection and stash and use on your projects. I still have to find my tweezers though, because as I mentioned in the real-time version of making this, those little dots at the end of exclamation points, or if you're doing an ellipsis, or if you're doing a period at the end of something, are so difficult to put down with just your fingertips and fingernails. Then I wanted a couple more last minute just touches on the edges here. So we have a continuity here. I have like puffy stickers throughout. I've got stars throughout. Next step, of course, is going to be sequins. These are the ones I've been using throughout the album so far. They're from Cat Scrappiness, who does a plethora of types of sequins. I'll have them linked down below, even though this mix is not currently available. But I think it worked out really well, and I'll just put those down with Nuvo Adhesive. For a majority of this, it's Nuvo Adhesive or ATG Scotch Adhesive, so it works out really well. But here are the close-ups. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know which piece is your favorite in the comments down below, but I had a lot of fun putting this together and having fun working on this album, and I hope you guys are enjoying watching. Soon enough we'll have a new kit though, so stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed so you can see what's coming next to the channel, and be sure to check out everyone else that's part of How to Kill a Kit with Style if you haven't already this month, because there's a lot of fun stuff happening. But thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!